Right, so he said Chris, Joe, Beard, yeah. I am Chris, I am Joe. It's a long story, but I'm going to play stuff by Chris this session, this spasm. And in the second spasm, it's Joe Beard, the reprobate, doing the jug band stuff. So this is the picking guitar. So I'm going to do some picking and folky stuff. And then I'm going to do some jug band stuff because that was my roots back in Stockport in a jug band called the Purple Gang.
Was that the first, when you first got into the music then?
Yeah, it was. It was. We entered the music scene in the Greater Manchester folk scene as a jug band because we couldn't afford any equipment. So we had a jug made in the pottery department, and we bought a washboard in an antique shop in Edgeley near the Stockport County Ground. And we just had a harmonica, a guitar, a washboard, a kazoos, and a jug, and that was it. That was it. And we had such a raw sound, and we sang all the wrong words because we were listening to the old blues records on a dance set record player, and they were singing in this like Delta accent, you know, and it was all the words were wrong. But anyway, nobody knew any better. So I'll do one of those to start with. It's an old song by Gus Cannon, and it became world famous, and he never got a penny for this until Stax Records bailed him out. But that only lasted so long because he lived to be 91. And he sold his precious banjo for coal to keep warm. And after his death, he lay in an unmarked grave. And then John Sebastian, I think from the Loving Spoonful, in a fit of guilt, I think, because he'd ripped a couple of songs off, really. One was called Younger Girl, which is really Prison Wall Blues. And paid for a stone, and they had a ceremony that I saw online, and they had a crowd there, and John Sebastian played the harmonica, and it was really touching. And Fritz Richmond from the Jim Queskin band turned up with the original jug that Gus used to have on his harness, which was made of copper. And they played one of his songs over his grave, and today he's got a headstone, which I thought was rather nice. So this is his song. I said walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Walk right in, stay a little while, you've been away too long. Now everybody's talking about a new way of walking, do you want to lose your mind? I said walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on. Hey, walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your hair grow long. Walk right in, sit right down, you've been away too long. Now everybody's talking about a new way of walking, do you want to lose your mind? I said walk right in, sit right down, Daddy, let your mind roll on. let your mind go on. I said, Daddy, let your hair grow long. Okay, changing it completely now. This is a newish song. I don't profess to be any sort of expert on poetry, but I just loved reading some of John Clare's poetry, the Northamptonshire rural poet who ended up in an asylum. And I recorded this a couple of years ago. And the guy that I was recording it with, it was just a genius producer. It's called Rob Gould from Buxton, big Pink Floyd fan. And he got 16 session players to put stuff on. Some from Brazil, some from Matlock Bath, some from Buxton, some from Madrid. And you can do this online when you know what you're doing. And he mixed it all, and I sound half decent on this thing. And have you got it there, Leslie? I got Album of the Year on Radio Tamworth. You don't know about this, do you? No. Yeah. I got Album of the Year on a certain programme called Soundscapes by Paul Baker. And it beat Fish from Marillion into third place. So. And we've got some. Only a fiver. Anyway, this is called Song to Clare. And I sent it to the John Clare Festival. And they've actually booked me in for just expenses only. Played in the Great Man's Cottage itself on July the 16th. So maybe I'll get his ghost up. Can be described as gothic. Thunder on a summer's eve, heaven's drum roll softly plays across the fields and o'er the lea, and down the path where once you strayed. And a song of summers long since gone, a small bird singing cuts the air and breaks the silence where I gaze upon a place I thought I saw, John Clare. And now the storm has lost its way, and a big bright cloud hangs overhead. Another morn, another day, tells me none am ever dead. Yet still I thought under that tree I saw you standing gazing there. Oh, should you return, might you agree? This asylum has no walls, John Clare. Yet still I thought under that tree I saw you standing gazing there. Though should you return, might you agree? The asylum has no walls. John Twain. Come from a place called Higher Poynton, which is below Lyme Park, between Stockport and Macclesfield. And across from my old house was the escarpment of Alderley Edge. And when it was stormy, it looked fantastic, this place. But today it's full of footballers, like Rooney's and Beckham's live there, and Robbie Savage. And it's reek posh. But in the old days, it was sort of owned. It's National Trust now, and it's a beautiful place. But in the old days, it was owned by the Stanley family. And there's a connection down here with the Stanley family in the Battle of Bosworth, because Stanley switched sides and left Richard in the lurch and went over to Henry. And he also cheated on his wife with one of the servants, called Mary Oscartel. Now, I'm not going to do this song, I'll do it another time, it's long. It's called The Eagle Child. And what happened was, there were eagles on Alderley Edge, and tall pines and eagles' nests. And Mary had a baby, and Lord Stanley, he was actually Lord Latham, but he then pinched the Stanley name, so he became Lord Stanley, and he owned Lancashire, the Isle of Man, and everywhere else. And he persuaded her to leave this baby under a tree where the eagle had its nest. And the next day, or the afternoon later, it must have been the afternoon later, he persuaded her to go out for a horse ride and go under the tree where she found this baby. And she was overcome by it and thought it was a divine gift, and had the child for her own, adopted, and he grew up with the family. Until she died, and Thomas Latham outlived her. And on his deathbed, he confessed the truth to his daughter Emily, and they disowned they disowned the son, and he took as his crest an eagle praying on a swaddling, a cradle. And you must know this crest, the Eagle and Child. And it became pubs all over the land, and this legend grew. And the Liverpool Regiment had that as their crest, as Lord Derby was their recruiter, who also let the populace down by promising them a land fit for heroes. Well, that's just one of the songs from this suite today called Legends of the Edge. Well, this is the intro to it. If you can imagine a harmonium, electric violin, I don't know, and livestock. It's called, this is called Skyline, the Edge. That's it. Now, some of you may have read a book called The Weird Stone of Brisingamen, something. With Alan Garner. Oh no, you haven't. No. It's an Arthurian legend about the Wizard of Alderney and the Sleeping Knights and everything. And this is the first song I ever wrote when I was about 18, and it's just about the Wizard and the Sleeping Knights, basically. But it's endured, this song, and it's on the latest thing I did for this Radio Tamworth thing. Made a big production of it, but this is a simple version. Very gothic. Come on. I can make the sun turn into the moon, and I can make the month of September into June. All these things I could do, and I could work my spells for you. 'Cause I am the wizard, I am the wizard, and I'll help you if I can. I'm the wizard, I'm the wizard, and I'll answer to no man. I control the thunder that fills the earth with fear, and I can hear the wind as she whispers in my ear. All these things I could do, and I could work my spells for you. 'Cause I am the wizard, I'm the wizard, and I'll help you if I can. I'm the wizard, I'm the wizard, and I'll answer to no man. In the forest where the rain seldom falls, nothing stirs, no nothing at all.